and welcome to the Abraham Path Initiative live tour of Bethlehem. I, Hazim Bannoura, I am Palestinian Christian from Bethlehem. I'm also a Palestinian licensed tour guide. I will take you in a unique tour of Bethlehem in the old city of Bethlehem. Also, please say hello to Noor.
Hi.
So this is Noor. Noor will be with us as a cameraman woman all the time. So hello, Noor.
Hello.
Okay, before we started, just let me just point few things. First, we are at the entrance of Bethlehem at a street called Star Street. Um, Usually, this street is very busy, but because now we are under a lockdown, unfortunately, because of the pandemic coronavirus. As you can see, mostly very few people are moving around. Um, because of the lockdown and everything will be closed. But we promise you to take you on a very unique tour in Bethlehem, and this is not a very typical tour. Usually we have pilgrimage, we take them to the holy sites, but today, no, we are going to go to the streets. We will be talking about local people life, and we will see how life usually used to be during Christmas time in Bethlehem and how life it is today during Corona. Um, First, let me say hello to everyone again, everyone from all over the world who's joining us. US, Turkey,
American,
we have someone from
German.
Jerusalem. Hello to Ravinal from Jerusalem. We are only 5 miles away from you. Actually, Jerusalem is that direction, 5 miles from Bethlehem. Okay, let's have a walk together in the Star Street to start our tour and to have a look. Yeah. Okay. Um, when we say the word Bethlehem, everyone connected is the city of Christmas. That according to the Christian belief, this is the city, and according to the Bible, this is the city where Jesus was born. And usually pilgrimage come here, visit the Nativity Church, and they leave, and that's it. But actually, today we want to show more than that. We want to show the city itself, the alleys. Every city have a story, and actually more than one story. And let's start with this one. Bethlehem, old city. If we look around, if you look at this sign, no, please show it. It's written Tarajme Street. If you come maybe closer, or this one, this sign. What does that mean? Tarajme Street or Tarajme neighborhood. Actually, Tarajme it means the translators, and this neighborhood got the name from the people profession. These people used to work as translators for tourists, because as I said, we are at the entrance of Bethlehem city, where usually tourists used to come all the way from Jerusalem to walk in this street towards the city center and the major square and the holy site. So these people start working in translator. So Bethlehem, the main income or the main business of Bethlehem start as tourist, as based on tourism. So the city based on tourism, that means during the pandemic, it's have big impact in the economic of the city, because since March we are in a lockdown and open, but actually no tourists. That means no income for the city. So this is the saddest Christmas that ever passed on the city of Bethlehem. And just to note that this is actually my first tour that I'm giving since the beginning of March, and this is the first tour I'm giving online. So I'm very excited for it. And to point out that, guys, if anyone have any question, please do not hesitate to write it in the chat. When we will have some short stops that we read your question and we will answer it. Um, Before we continue, this was the first souvenir shop that was open in Bethlehem city. Since thousands of years, tourists start coming here, so the local people start selling souvenirs. You've been around some countries and you saw these small souvenirs, but Bethlehem made it unique because everyone who's living in this city, not everyone, let's say every family, have at least one artist in the family who will inherit this profession that people you start cutting the olive trees and carve figures, faces, or scene, nativity scene, for example, Al-Aqsa Mosque, you will see it carved in this olive wood, and all these figures that, by the way, you can find some of these local products at Abraham Path Initiative website. You will see the link. My colleague will put the link in the chat. If you want to have a look, you can see more details. So these people start to carve these products, and after cutting the olive trees, dried them, carve these handicraft, and then they start selling it to tourists. Later on, they start selling it abroad, going traveling outside to the Western country to sell these local handmade products. You might have seen it in Christmas markets all over in the US, in Europe, and all the other countries around. Not only the olive wood that people start carving, if you look around, you see it's different for the people who have been here, they are familiar with this city. Our buildings is not from wood, and it's not only from cement, it's from stone. If you look at these houses here and you look at these beautiful doors and these beautiful windows, it's all carved by hand from limestone. This is the white limestone. You might see some little bit red limestone. Here we call it the white oil. And the most famous limestone comes from Bethlehem. Some airports, like for example Dallas Airport, they imported the stones from here to make Dallas Airport, also New York Airport, and some other countries. That's how much it's famous, the red limestone. It's a hard limestone that we use it for buildings. By the way, some people here already are from Texas. So, hello guys, I live there. I went to school in Texas. I went to Sam Houston State University. So I'm just telling you that I miss the steak so much and food. Okay, okay. Let's have a walk a little bit. Noor, you can show some of the alleys. These stairs. By the end of the stairs, there is a small museum by the Silesian. Um, Also, if we continue this direction,
we have a Brazilian people with us.
yeah. Hello to Brazilian people. Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the projects in Bethlehem City. It's called the Mosaic Center. Here, where people do these small mosaic, and actually you can get training here to do the mosaic in Bethlehem. And this is, no, let's walk just a little bit here. Okay. We are now standing at the main and oldest gate of Bethlehem. Back in the time, this gate carried several names through history. One of them was Damascus Gate, the other one was Jerusalem Gate, because this is the main gate back in the time to go to the inside the old city of Bethlehem. So the old small little town of Bethlehem starting from this gate, and from here people used to take this street that we were just walking in, the Star Street, all the way towards Jerusalem. Let's talk first about the name, the Star Street. The name is not old, it's new. It's a project when they did renovate this street in 1999 and in 2000. It's a project called Bethlehem 2000 to prepare Bethlehem to welcome the second millennium. When they renovated, they decided to give the street this name, the Star Street, based on the story of the Bible that the Holy Family followed the star or the star that appeared over Bethlehem according to the Bible, and that's why they give this name. Why these? I will take question. We have question from Anisa. Anisa asked, "Do we talk about these colorful doors?" This street during Christmas, we have a festival in it. It's called Bethlehem Live Festival, and this project started 4 years ago to bring life to the street more and have very nice atmosphere and very nice events, which is a festival for 3 days. More music, and we have traditional music. For example, we have dancers. They come. We call it dabka. It's a Palestinian traditional dance that people will come here, dance dabka, or singers, local bands. All the locals will be here. Some also internationals will be here. Um, Also, when the municipality, this in the beginning of the year, they renovate this street, they decided to paint every door different color to make the city more happy and more colorful. Usually in Palestine, every city have one color, but in Bethlehem, they decided to change it and make it colorful.
We have green, we have purple, we have yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are asking more questions about the Mosaic Centers.
Yeah, when we go to the there. Okay, so together let's enter the old city of Bethlehem. And while we're entering, if you can hear the prayer from the mosque, this is the main and the only mosque, and it's called Omar Mosque. When we are at the major square, I will explain about the mosque, but you can hear with me and share with us this call for prayers. Let's go. Okay, let me take and answer some few questions. So we have Susan. Susan, want you to tell about yourself, Noor, just a little bit. So, Noor, the floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Noor Holdali from Bethlehem City, and I'm a film producer who works as a freelancer.
And today I'm accompanying you here with this tour. I've graduated from University of Düsseldorf, Rashine University. And yes, I'm a film producer and a photographer as well. I've been working here since 2005 in the field of production. And now I'm accompanying you and Hazem for this tour. Greetings from Düsseldorf. I miss Düsseldorf so much. My master degree was from there. I studied European studies, and I have major in diplomacy as well. So I will visit soon until when the pandemic will finish, and I hope so. So we have a guest here. Wait.
Before the guest, let me just continue answering the questions. We have one question, tell me more about the Mosaic Center from Anne Andros. And she is asking about the doors. Actually, these colored doors, yes, they are private businesses, but these shops are closed since a long time. Not only because of the pandemic, not all of them, some of them are open actually, but because of the pandemic, most of them are closed. And also before, because of the because of the political situation, less tourist was before. Until the last few years, we had a number that we never received through history. We received a little bit less than 4 million tourists in Bethlehem city in 1 year, and that was the highest season, the highest number ever. About the Mosaic Center, actually we have a lot of here NGOs projects and private projects. And this Mosaic Center is a private project. Group of people, they started their own center that you can take courses how to make mosaic. I can go there and just register and do the course, or I can go there and buy some mosaic for myself if I want like a table or small decoration from there. Greeting from Düsseldorf. Hello guys from Düsseldorf. I also lived in Germany by 9 months. My wife is German and from Hanover, near Hanover, from Gifhorn. Okay, so make sure if one day you came to Bethlehem to visit this small little shop. Actually, it's not a shop, it's a coffee place, a coffee shop that you don't sit in. And this guy, his name is Sami. Make sure to meet him.
Hi, Sami.
مرحبا.
Sami, I will translate. This is Sami. Sami is a very famous coffee man. Actually, this business he inherited from his dad in Wardak.
Yes.
And he started working here since we went to بلش تشتغل هون.
Maybe والله many years ago. But
قديش كان عمرك؟
Maybe 8-10 years.
So when he was 8
to
10 years, when he was in school, he used to come here and help his dad in his business. After his dad passed away, he inherited this place and continued this family business. The business is very small. Let's have a look.
We have to have a look.
Yeah, it's a very small kitchen, and he make the best tea and coffee in the city. Trust me. My brother lived in Cyprus since 1996. The first thing he do when he entered here, before he come home to see me and my mom, he come to see Sami and to have coffee here. His wife also the same, and she's not from here. She's originally from Latvia. She knows Sami. So soon we will put Sami picture as a family member in our house. سامي احكي لنا كيف الحياة مع الكورونا حاليا؟ كيف كانت السنة الماضية؟ I asked Sami how life during the pandemic and how it used to be last year. What is the difference?
السنة المركز last year it's very good year, but now while the corona start, nothing. Everything is bad. Everything is very bad. Nothing. Everything zero. Why you come back to the home? You bring vegetables. You will bring chickens. You bring meat for the family. We are very happy. Now my wife, she's like this. She's angry. She's angry. She likes me.
Yeah, it's interesting. There is difference between meat and chicken in the Arabic language. Yes. So, and the same in English we say it the same. Um, I wish I could offer you some tea, but please, after the tour, make your own tea and imagine you're sitting here just in this beautiful alleys here in this area. And actually, like if we point it like that direction, where is now the camera, there is a very nice guest house in the old city. Of course, now it's shut down because not tourists. And you will sit here outside and we'll have the, I promise you, you will have the best tea and coffee that you will ever imagine. Sami,
Habibi,
have a good day.
have a nice time.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time.
Take
and
care.
Take care. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Karen, thank you. Cheers to Sami. Guys, if you also can hear the Nativity Church bells are ringing. So,
And he sings too.
Sam is making coffee delivery.
لو مرينا يوم في خيالك امتى ما يهل هلالك اشتقنا لك.
That was a mawal from Sami. Mawal is like you sing a poem, actually. So this is
Yes.
we are looking at these steps. If you take these steps up and we go to the left, let's go up a little bit. Okay, guys. Guys, imagine we are walking together through these steps up in Bethlehem.
I'll walk slowly so you can enjoy the stairs with me.
Guys, also remember if you have any question, please post it in the chat. I'm following up with the question. Or if you want me to point in something or explain more about something, please point here. If you see this sign, this is usually when country donate to Palestine or to any municipality, they put this sign to talk about that donation. This is a project from the USA to renovate this main market. This is the main fruits and vegetables market, which means my mom every Saturday since I was born, probably even before, she comes here to buy all the fruits and vegetables we need and to bring it back home. I live not far away from here, only around 2 kilometers. So it's really very close, but it's Bethlehem is in a mountain, so you have to go all the way down. That's a good idea, Nisa. If you have any stairs, you can climb with us, go up and down. And if you see this woman, she's wearing very beautiful, and it's designed with embroidery. Actually, it's handmade, and this is very traditional thing to do. This woman, she comes from one of the villages of Bethlehem. من وين انت خالتي؟ She's from Artas. It's a very beautiful village in the south area of Bethlehem. And it's a tradition that these ladies, they have their own gardens. They are farmers, and they planted some fruits or vegetables, and then they come here to sell it. And this is her products from her home. شو الاسم؟
النبي
نبيل. بتسلم عليكم. كيف الحياة تحت الكورونا؟
والله يا اخوي هي دائما تشعي فاضيه البلد.
I asked her how is life during the pandemic, and see, as you can see, the city is empty, no one is here. This is a pepper from her garden. So her dress is made from, it's a handmade, probably by her or by some of her family member. It's a handmade embroidery, and also you can find some of these embroidery, but small, not like big dress, in the Abraham Path Initiative website. And you will find the website in the chat. Maybe after or like later, we will post the website. So actually, this is not the So back in the time, this used to be like a neighborhood, but in 1927, an earthquake hit Palestine, and actually every around 100 year we have destructive earthquake. And the last one, 1927, it destroyed most of the old market, so they removed the municipality, removed the market to be here. You can find now in the chat the website for the gift shop, online gift shop. Please point here. This is the Assyrian church. And if you look at the sign, can you see the sign there, Noor?
Yes.
It's the language that's written there is English, Arabic, and Aramaic. Aramaic, these people, they still speak Aramaic. It's a Virgin Mary church of the Assyrian Orthodox. And these people, they immigrated, they are group today, they are part of our people, but originally they come from Turkey and Syria. They immigrated here, and they are some of the Christian who still speak and pray in the Aramaic language.
Actually, they have a school here and they teach this language
Yeah.
here at the school.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. It's a must for them to learn the Aramaic language because the Bible, their Bible is still, they read in the Aramaic and they still pray in Aramaic. So we are back to the Star Street. This fountain, as you can see, it's the star in the middle, represent the Star of Bethlehem. It's the logo of Bethlehem city. And in the middle, it's not a ball, it's the universe, the world. And they call it the fountain of peace. Because Bethlehem is very famous to have the name of the peace city or the city of peace. So we have two places, which is this is the main fountain in the city, which is called the Peace City, and we have the Peace Center, which we will talk about it later. Yalla. In front of us straight is the major street, the major square, and the Nativity Church. So you ask about the shops, for example, to the right is exchange shop. This is a phone shop to the right here, Noor, to the left. This is one of the oldest shop to sell spices and coffee. My family buy the coffee from this shop, but as you see, everything's closed. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry. If I want to point at this window, this is we call it the double window. One day when you come and visit this land, you will go around every old city here. For example, Jerusalem, as I said, it's not far away from here. It's only 5 miles from here. Hebron is also to the south from here. And every city, you will notice that there is different in the design. For example, Bethlehem is very famous of the double window, which make like balcony, but a closed balcony. Also here you can see it, double window, but it's not without balcony. This is design. If you go to Jerusalem, you will see different design. If you go to Hebron, for example, it's a triple window. You'll see 3 windows, not 2. It's very rare to find double window. In Jerusalem, you will find double window because Jerusalem and Bethlehem historically are connected and very close to each other. Okay, let's walk a little bit straight. Yeah. Okay, we have a question from Oliver. Oliver is asking what is the weather and temperature like. It's a very nice weather actually, a little bit cold, but as you can see the sun. Actually, it's here now 20 minutes to 3. Um, and we have temperature of 16 degree, but you know we are Mediterranean country, so we have strong sun. So okay, so please, you remember I was mentioning Omar Mosque, and we were hearing the prayer from this mosque. It's a very beautiful mosque, and it's the only mosque in the old city of Bethlehem. And guess what? This mosque is a gift from the Christian Bethlehemite to the Muslim Bethlehemite because they didn't have a mosque in the old city. So this land that the mosque is built on, it's owned by the Greek Orthodox Church, which is behind us. Noor, if you look behind you, that's now. This is, as you can see, the Christmas market area. This is Manger Square. You are looking now at the Manger Square. You can see the Christmas tree, and behind the Christmas tree, this is the Nativity Church. The Church of the Nativity. They are the one who decided to build this mosque and give it as a gift for the local Muslim. This is showing you the relationship, the good relationship through history between the local Christian and Muslim. And by the way, not to forget to mention, since we are standing here, if you look behind Noor, that's the municipality building. And since 1993, after the Palestinian Authority was established based on Oslo Accords or Oslo agreements, the constitution or the law of the Palestinian Authority saying that the mayor of Bethlehem should be Christian. And it became a protocol that always the mayor should be Christian. I wanted to mention this to show you the relation how it's worked here.
You can go forward.
Yeah, let's enter the Christmas market area. Um, Unfortunately, we are in, as I said in the beginning, we are in a lockdown. And yesterday they changed the protocol of the lockdown. So now we have Friday, Saturday, 2 days or 48 hours. Everything should be closed. And from Sunday, we will have opening from 6 in the morning until 7 in the evening, which means today the Christmas market, they shut it down, but tomorrow it will be open. So guys, if you are interested to see the Christmas market, please let us know through the chat, and we can do another time, or tomorrow we can make another tour of the Christmas market and the Nativity Church. But for now, we will enter the Christmas market, but we will not be able to see the products and how it is exactly. نحاول ندخل من هون؟
نحاول ندخل من هون بس
لا بندخل دخلونا. هون مسكر غير من هون.
لا
من هون مسكر.
لا من قدام نلف. تعال
حاطين الاشي.
لا من قدام نلف هيك.
We are trying to enter the Christmas market and the Manger Square, so سكر بحكي لك إذا ما دخلناش من هون. سكر
تقدر تسيح من هذيك الجهة.
Okay.
We're breaking the binders, yeah.
Nothing better than you do everything by yourself. Okay. بدك تلف هناك عشان الشمس؟ اوه سوري. لف شمس.
تسرعش حازم شوي.
Okay. We are now at the center of the Manger Square, and by the way, Bethlehem is the only city that have a square. And this square, as I mentioned earlier, it's it was not planned. It's because of the earthquake in 1927, which left big results in the city. So this square was done naturally, and since then we have a very beautiful square that anything happening in the city, it's always here in the center. For example, now if we look around us, I know it's empty, but this is how it will be. These booth, there will be the local products in it, and people will enter from here to the right, and they will go around and they will buy their stuff. They will make it for one day, which is tomorrow. And what is the local stuff? What is the local products? Olive oil. The best olive oil come from the west of Bethlehem, from an area where is Noor originated from, Beit Jala. They are very famous of the best olive oil. Right, Noor? Welcome. Um, the handcraft, olive wood, the embroidery, like we saw the woman and her dress, this woman the fella who were selling her products, and other like pickled stuff and other like chocolate, everything is made locally. Now, behind us, if you Noor is showing you now the Christmas tree. Uh, this is an artificial tree, and this tree is here since only 6 years or 7 years. Before that, we used to decorate a nature tree just there. Noor, if you put the camera on me, that pine tree, that was the main tree that we used to decorate back in the time. People come here to take picture and leave, but usually it will be very busy and very crowded. نور انا ولعت شو هناك الفي. Let us stand in the shade. You can see, for example,
Rice and
so mercy candle, food corner, foam shots, yeah, and some local organization also bring their products here, especially like the organization that have the special needs people on it. They are doing the products and then they come here and sell it. كمان شوية ألفي. Sorry for moving, but we want to stand in the shade. Okay, we have Karen have question. What is the current religious diversity in Bethlehem? In Bethlehem city, there is 205,000 people living in the district, the whole district. In the city itself, around 45,000. In the whole district, there is around 30,000 Christian and 175 Muslim. Today the Christian are minority in the district. We don't say use the word minority because we are part of it. In the end, we are Palestinian like the others. But when the Palestinian Authority was established, they make sure that we always represent it, kind of more use it as political to make sure that we are part of the society. Since 1995 till today, we have 2 seats in the parliament as Christian. That even if we didn't win, we have these 2 seats. So it's not about how much votes you get, it's about these 2 seats always for the Christians. The same with the municipality. There is 6 or 7 municipality. The mayor should be Christian. So it's kind of like protocol, let's call it. Yeah. So let's talk about Christmas. Since Bethlehem, the city of Christmas, how we celebrate Christmas. As you can see, unfortunately, we don't have snow. This is usually typical here. We have snow maybe every 2 years. We have just like maybe this amount of snow, and it will last only for few hours, and then it will melt. Actually, Noor lives in the top of the mountain to the west direction. That's the west, and they have more snow than my family who's living in the east. And when I mention my family, it's a different word or different meaning than family in the Western world. I lived in Texas, and I know when you say family, it's a very small family comparing with us. Or let me tell you about my family. My family who's living in the same neighborhood in that direction, 2 kilometers from here. we are 1,300 people. So I have 1,300 cousins that we meet every Christmas day in the morning in a big hall that we rent, and to tell everyone Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas. The same with Easter, the same with weddings, the same with any other celebration. This is when it's come to family celebration. But what about the city celebration? When we say Christmas, do you think that's only the Christian who celebrate Christmas? Actually, no. As you can see, you will see Christian Muslim come here under the tree taking pictures. In 24th of December, we have a big celebration start from like Jerusalem. The patriarch leaves Jerusalem and he come and he walked the same route that we did together with you now through the video, and he walked all the way until he's in the Nativity Church to start the midnight mass. But the question is he gonna do it alone? No, actually, the scouts will come and they will play music in front of him, and all the locals will come here. All the families, Christian and Muslim, will be in this square, and there will be like these iron fences, and behind it there will be the scouts playing music in front of the patriarch. They will walk all the way north from here.
Santa's wearing matches.
Yeah, all the way to that small gate that we're gonna see soon. You see the small there gate behind that priest? That's the entrance of the Nativity Church. This gate have many names: Humble Gate, um, um, uh, and a lot of different names. But the most important that what you don't know is that, or that you might know, is that Bethlehem celebrate Christmas 3 times in a year. It's true. We celebrate Christmas 3 times in a year, not only once. We start the first celebration 24th of December, 25 December. The second celebration of Christmas, 6th of January, 7th of January, and the third one, 18th of January. Why is that? Because the Nativity Church, we are looking at the Nativity Church, and the church is divided between three Christian domination. And because that small gate domination changed their calendar of celebrating Christmas, because about who gonna start the midnight mass and who will enter the church. So the history affect the locals. We are very happy we have 3 holidays in the city. No one goes to work. We celebrate Christmas 3 times,
Exactly.
and also Christian and Muslim the same, because they have to have the same holiday. It's a national holiday in Palestine, and it's very nice for the young, for the children to come and see the scouts and playing music, and there will be like some food area and some drinks around the manger. Okay, I'll leave you for like a couple of minutes with Noor to see the area around and discover it. One question, please write it down. So 2 minutes with Noor.
We're back to Hazm.
Again, I think there is sun.
Yeah.
Terrific. Hello again.
Some questions.
Okay, I will take some question. We have Susan Hackley. Susan said, when I visited Bethlehem with Abraham Path years ago, I was struck by how many notices there were of organization dedicated to non-violent action and peace activists. Is that still the case? Yes, it's always the case, especially if you were following the news recently and following with during the United States and Israel, like what they call it the sanctuary plan, all of these things which the Palestinian rejected. There was actually more and more, but now during Corona, no activity or public activity or any kind of activity is allowed. So now there is nothing here. And actually, not to forget to mention that even to drive from one city to another, it's not easy. We need special permit. So me and Noor, we come from different part of Bethlehem. She's come from the west. I come from the east. Bethlehem is very small. When I say east-west, it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But even there is roadblocks. You need special permit to cross from one city to another because of the pandemic. I have another question from Anisa. Will your family gather again this year? Actually, no. Usually, yes, but because of the pandemic, no, for sure. Because even like now, I live the second floor of my parents. That's very typical in Palestine. Don't be shocked. I was living with my parents until I get married. And also, I traveled around when I lived in the States and Germany. This is how our culture or our culture took place. Actually, you stay with the family until you get married and then you leave and you start with your wife. But I lived also a second floor, which is also typical Palestinian action. Um, so my sister, who's lived just like 5 minutes from my house, she's not visiting us or we are not meeting because of the pandemic. Because my father have heart problem, he made open heart surgery, so we are trying to be careful because of coronavirus. And don't forget that Palestine is a third world country. That means we don't have a good infrastructure for the health system. So it's like the situation is really now disaster. They almost, or I think they start losing control. All the hospitals are full. They even start um, to open other section in all the hospitals to welcome corona to take corona patient. So it's yeah, a little bit scary, like the situation here. Let's see how it will goes. And we are based on other countries to help us. So yeah, yeah. Okay, let us just leave the square, Islam. Okay. Yeah. So that's why everyone is trying not to meet with everyone. So for sure, my family, the 1,000 plus, will not meet this year. Hopefully, in Easter, if the situation became better, they will. Do you expect lots of people to come tomorrow to Christmas market? Yes, there will be a lot of people, but also it will be very well organized. As you can see, like even to go inside the square now, it's not allowed because of the corona, trying not to let people come. And tomorrow they will have a lot of people, police, and private company, security company to organize that people keep distance, wearing their mask, and enter from one entrance and go out. So they are trying more to be careful. Because of the corona, not to spreading the
فرجيهم
corona.
شو حاطين signs. I want to show them the signs of the market.
Ah, yeah, they are very
They're
hard, very nice.
dressing Santa as mask and elves as well. And the deer.
Oh, no, that's very nice observation from Noor. Welcome to the Christmas market, the 20th Christmas market. For your health and your lover's health, please wear your mask all the time. 2 meters distance, it's written in Arabic, and you
Yeah.
can see Santa wearing a mask
And his elves
yeah,
as well.
and leave distance between you and other people. And here they put like very nice figures.
The deers and the snowman.
So I think there will be a lot of people tomorrow. Yes, because you can imagine since March, the people didn't do any activity and they are really bored and angry. You know, guys, just again, we are hearing the nativity bells, if you can hear them.
جدل تعال تعال ايوه ايوه العربات تعال تعال امشي تعال هودني من هنا
على الشات تبعي.
This is a peace center to our right, and actually here there was police station that was built by the British in the 19th century. Later on it was used by after the British, it was used by the Palestinians, then the Israelis, and then when Israel left, they handed it to the Palestinian Authority, and Bethlehem City decided to demolish the police station and build this center, and they said, Bethlehem, the city of peace, we build the peace center here. It's a cultural center, a lot of events took place inside, and inside there is, if you can show it from here maybe, a very nice model of the old city of Bethlehem. Yeah, and you can see it through the glass.
No, it's reflected or reflections.
Even if you can bring it closer.
Even if it's closer, it's a reflection.
Okay. Guys, just to remind you, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to write it in the chat. We will be very happy to answer your question. Zain. We are still at the major square, and before we continue going around the major square, I want to point to the most famous restaurant
You can go
here.
closer.
Yeah.
Because of the point.
يطلع لايف معي ناس تحب تحكي شيء اسالك سؤال بالعربي. لا بس هم شايفينك بس دقيقة هين بوصلهم. So this is Aftim restaurant. Aftim restaurant is a very famous restaurant. It's a very famous restaurant, falafel and hummus restaurant. People from all over the world, if they come here, they have to eat here. It's a number one TripAdvisor actually, but not only one, it's number one for the locals. So that's for me more important than TripAdvisor because I'm a local. So it's a must to come here and have breakfast, which is falafel and hummus. Noor.
Yes.
Okay, we have another Noor in the this is Noor. Noor also a tour guide, a local tour guide from Bethlehem, and he's my colleague. Noor, can I ask you some question? We are in a live tour with the Abraham Path initiative, and can you tell us about life during Corona and pandemic? Can we stand here?
Well, it's in Bethlehem. It's very difficult because the city actually depends a lot on tourism, and with the tourists not coming, it created a huge economical difficulties to the city. But I hope now, like next year, especially of the vaccines coming out, that this will change. But it's been a difficult year for Bethlehem, as for the rest of the world, for sure.
Noor, when was the last time you guided?
In June, actually.
June.
But that was I got a very special opportunity to guide an American Jewish person who basically come to visit his family in Israel, and he never made it to the West Bank, to the Palestinian territory. So he found about me and he asked to come to Bethlehem to see Bethlehem, and yeah, that's why I got it. But basically, since March, I didn't get a
So
job.
it was the only and unique tour in it.
Yeah.
And so what do you do? If you don't have work, what do you do? We are in the same. I'm asking
Yeah.
myself now.
Yeah, I tried to do some of like virtual tourism like this, but I didn't found um, I didn't found a good opportunity. I didn't found that like high demand, so I didn't really depend on it, and I do another work with organization that bring Palestinians and Israelis together for dialogue and for like political transformation and understanding better and building bridges between the people. So that's what I'm like focusing on now. But for sure, for the rest of people who work in tourism, they basically unemployed now, and they most of them have no income, and in many cases they depend on their families. It like has to do with like I think the culture here, like so they can depend on their families in this time to survive.
Noor, do you have a message you want to tell our audience from all over the world that we're watching us right now?
Sure. I mean, it's been a difficult year for everyone, and we've been through a lot. And I think that my message will be like I wish that humanity will learn uh, how to deal with these things like better, how to create immunity for it, how to improve our healthcare system all over the world. And I hope that, as I said, next year in 2021, we will see tourists coming back to Bethlehem and to Palestine.
Noor, I have a question here from Noor, from Marie Turner. Marie Turner asks you, what's the name of the organization that you work with?
It's called Roots.
Roots.
Yeah.
Okay, Noor, thank you so much. It's been nice to see you. I didn't see you since a long time, actually. And wear your mask.
لا خلاص تمام انا تمام بس انا عايز اشوفك.
That was Noor Awad. Noor Awad is from Bethlehem. We studied together actually in the same university. And we graduated together. We studied tour guiding together. To be tour guide in Palestine, you have to study 3 years actually. In some universities, 2 years. So it depends. Just بدك تحكي معهم احكي مش صحافه. هاي المدير موجود غادي مقابل كنيسه. لا مش اسوي مقابله هيك بس كيف الحياه تحت الكورونا وهذا هو. From here.
Would you like to continue GMC?
We have also another question from Marie Turner. Are the restaurants like the falafel one you just showed us still open during the pandemic? Actually, no. Only the restaurants who can give or make delivery. And this one, you cannot eat falafel and hummus not fresh. It doesn't make sense. It should be fresh. It should be crispy. In the States, I couldn't eat falafel. In Europe, I couldn't eat falafel. Anytime I leave the border of Bethlehem, I don't eat falafel. Of Bethlehem, of Palestine, I don't eat falafel. Because it's different. The ingredients are different. But here, when you come here, trust me, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. The best falafel and hummus place. This is a normal, people have this caravan and they are selling, they make corn, oil it, and then they put butter on it and some spices, and then you eat it while you were walking. And here you have a coffee place where you can just grab your coffee. Fast coffee, it's always ready. We call it sada. if you have been here or one day when you come here, they will serve you coffee. There is two types of coffee. There is coffee called the Turkish coffee and there is coffee called the Arabic coffee. What's the difference between them?
Yes, please.
The difference between them is how you make it actually. So how you make the Turkish coffee, you just put powder in hot water and you boil it and then you drink it. How you make the Arabic coffee? The same coffee beans that come probably from Brazil. After you squeeze it, you put it with water, you boil it, and then after you make a big pot and boiling it, you have to filter it in another pot and then keep boiling it for many hours. Some people boil it for one whole day. And then after it's really boiled for a long time, they put it in a third pot and filter it again. So which means you have to filter it 3 times and then you put it in these I don't know what it's called in English, these pots. And then when you have guests, you put in very small cups, very beautiful decorated ceramic cups, and then guests have to drink it. But do you think you just drink the coffee like this shot of coffee and that's it? Actually, no. The coffee itself have a language in the Arab world. And this language is a very complicated language. You have to be here for a long time to know how you have the language. So let me give you just some example what's mean a language. For example, if I went to Noor house and I want something from her family, something, let's say, I want to buy her father car, for example, and I will sit and will ask her father, can I buy your car? So as soon as the guest enter, they put for him a cup of coffee. And he doesn't drink the cup of coffee until his request is answered in a positive way, which means the father have to say, yes, I will sell you my car. Then you drink the coffee. If you didn't drink it and left it, it means that you are upset. That's very important in the language. This is very small example of it, but it's a huge issue that hopefully in the next tours, and by the way, you can follow up with the Abraham Bath initiative for the next year, online live tours until life goes back, and then you are welcome to come here and visit us. Also, if you want to say no with a coffee, you don't say it no as you say no. You have to shake the cup. After you drink it, you shake it. It means you finish. You don't want more coffee. If you didn't shake it, they will keep putting for you a coffee.
Khadir.
Let's say hello, Khatu Khadir. Last time I saw Khadir was in March. I saw him in March because I was guiding your group and we had a very nice maklouba here. Maklouba, it's a very traditional Palestinian dish that he made it. So I will let him explain what is maklouba is. So this is Khadir. Khadir is the head of this restaurant. Khadir, احكينا عن المكلوبة واحكينا عن الشغل. انت اونلاين تور.
Yeah, hello. Merry Christmas. I hope this year Merry Christmas. And thank you for God. We are still live.
اذا بدك تحكي بالعربي احكي لنا شو المكلوبة. اول شيء قديش لك هون فاتح وقديش لك مسجل.
Okay, we are opening here before 12 years ago, but now we are closed from 9 months ago. We are cleaning now. We are prepared to Christmas. That's it.
How is life under Corona? كيف الحياة تحت مع الكورونا؟
So, very bad. I don't know. I'm very no life.
No life. Trust me, it's a very huge difference between before and after. And we had like just suddenly one day and night when the cases started. It actually started in Bethlehem. We were the first city to lock down here because, as I said, it's a tourist city. So it was spreading very fast. And now we are registering more than 2,000 cases per day in a country, or not really, in the West Bank and Gaza, which is, you're talking about 4 million and a half people living in. So it's a lot. Thank you, Khader. This is Khader restaurant, and I want to point here, Noor, if you come with me to this menu, it's called the Square Restaurant. And make sure if you come here during December, during Christmas time, to come here and get the best glue wine that made by Khader. By the way, just to mention, Khader is a Muslim Palestinian, but he made the best glue wine in the city, and I'm his best customer actually.
Not only you.
Yeah, if you don't know what is glue wine, it's a hot wine. Glue wine for the German, yeah, for sure. It's I think it's a German drink.
Yes,
I'm not
it's a
sure.
German invention.
Noor is showing you one of the local products. It's called Taibe beer. It's one of the local breweries. It's the first brewery in Palestine, actually. It was established in 1996 by a family from Ramallah, east of Ramallah, actually, in a village called Taibe. So they named the beer Taibe, but Taibe itself, it's mean goodness. Sorry, yeah, goodness and delicious, two words. Um, one of the best beer in Palestine. We have two local beers, Taibe and Shepherd's beer. If we see the Shepherd's beer, no sign, but we might see it later. Also, we have a local wine in Bethlehem, Cremizan wine. It's for me, it's my favorite wine for the people who loves wine. And all these shops that you look, if you look around, it's all connected with tourism. So souvenir shops there and ceramic shop here. This is a ceramic. It's also all local made. As you can see, this is all ceramic. Thank you, Oliver. Yes, it is. It's a really very, very good beer. Oliver saying that this beer tastes very good. Yes, it is. So, guys, we can have together after the tour beer.
Yes.
And for the people who don't drink, they also make non-alcoholic beer. Let me just also point to the menu. Forget the burger and all the stuff that you know. This is here. It's a very famous Palestinian dish. It's called musakhan. It's you can read it also down. It's made. First layer is bread, and the bread should be handmade in the house. The second layer will be onion, simak, which is spices, and olive oil. It will be made in olive oil. And some people put these nuts for more decoration, and then piece of chicken. Just very briefly about the Palestinian cuisine. If you buy any book called Palestinian cuisine, you will notice that the Palestinian cuisine is vegetarian. Meat is not must, or it's not in our cuisine. Only this is the only dish that you will find that chicken is a must. And this is one of the famous dishes for special occasions. So when meat start entering, it's back in the time people used to eat meat only in weddings, when someone newly born, and we only or mainly eat the lamb. And the best barbecue lamb is in Bethlehem. Texas people, I know you have the best barbecue, but trust me, this is also good. I like it. So this is, as I said, musakhan. We have the maklube. Maklube, it's an Arabic word. It means upside down. Doesn't make sense. Food called upside down. What does that mean? Actually, let's talk about how we made it. We boiled potato in oil, and then we boiled cauliflower, eggplant together. Then we put it in the down of the pot, and then we put rice over it, and then we put water and boil it. And after it's ready, and we put some spices, and after it's ready, we take the pot and put it upside down and take it out so it looks like a cake. If you use Google and Google just maklub, you will see how the maklub look like, and trust me, then you will wish to come here and to try the maklub.
Yalla, Jat, I'm hungry now.
Now Noor is hungry. She's asking me for maklube. Sorry, no restaurants are open here. They just redecorate the place, preparing for tomorrow, the Christmas market. They are allowed to open, as I said, from 6 in the morning until 7 in the evening only. And they can serve people, but people have to sit outside in this area where we are standing.
Unfortunately, those
مهم. 10 دقائق بنشوف هنا. Okay, we are walking now towards
هيا أبو نعيسى.
بس نلاقي هناك towards the church of the Nativity. The church also is closed because of the pandemic.
We
It
can
will
go
be
to
open tomorrow from the morning until until 3 in the evening, not until 7. They have their own timing. For some of you, if you don't know what the Nativity Church, it's a UNESCO site, and we have 2 World Heritage UNESCO sites in Bethlehem. One of them is the birthplace of Jesus, as you can see the sign here. UNESCO decided in 2013 to choose the Nativity Church to be UNESCO site as the birthplace of Jesus and Church of the Nativity and Pilgrimage Route, which is the Star Street. Why they chose it? Because the Nativity Church, according to the historian, that it is the oldest church in the world and the first that was built. And it was built in the 4th century and then was damaged and rebuilt in the 5th century. So it's a 1,500 years old structure that's still standing until today. So 2013 is entered the UNESCO list as a World Heritage Site, and actually after that they wanted to renovate and restore the church because it had big damage in the roof. The roof was about to collapse and it was leaking water. This is the main church in the middle, the Basilica, which is the oldest section. And then you have to the right is the Armenian monastery and area, and then to the left we have the Catholic Church. When I say hello, I'm not famous. He's just my cousin. You know, 10% of the population of the city or the name of the area is my cousins. So they needed, it was a little bit complicated to renovate the church because they need money and they need international company to do the restoration. So how to find that? Actually, they decided to bring Italian company to do the restoration of the church, and they needed, then the money was solved by a generous donation from the Palestinian president and prime minister, which when we go there we will see the sign, and they are the one who donated the money to restore the church.
We can speak about this and this.
I will show now.
Okay.
If you look at this star, this light, it's a light to remember the Palestinian Bethlehemite who's living in diaspora. So they made a memorial for them because whoever come to Bethlehem, he will always be connected to the city of Bethlehem. So imagine the people who were originally from Bethlehem and they left, or they were born as second or third or fourth generation outside the city. They were always connected, and every year Bethlehem municipality make a conference for them that Bethlehemite who's living diaspora, they come here to the city, stay 1 week. Some of them, they even invest here or support local businesses or support the locals who are here. So there is a memorial for them here, which was in the middle of the square, but was removed to the side only a few years ago. I will walk a little bit. I will have a small talk with Father Isa. Father Isa is a Greek Orthodox priest. He's from Bethlehem originally. And if anyone have any question, please write it in the chat.
He speaks fluent English.
Before I'll let him speak about himself. Before we talk to him, I want you to imagine where we are standing. We call it, this is the little square. So we have the major square, the big square, and we have the little square. This area, in this time of the year, you see the small door there? Noor, can you show them the small door?
Yes, we want to go.
Let's go close to it and then we'll imagine. In this time of the year, this small gate, there will be a long line of tourists waiting here in turns, waiting till they to go and visit the church and visit the cave under the church where Jesus was born. When I mention a cave, yes, Jesus was born in a cave because people think he was born in a stable. This is according to how they inherit. But here, no, Jesus was born in a cave.
تعال فرجيهم المنطقة هناك.
خلي آخر شيء.
تمام، كيف حالك؟
أمورك؟
وأنا كمان كويس.
يلا
بدك أمسك لك إياه؟
لا يمكن هيك
بعرف
خلص.
أبونا عيسى كيفك؟ How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Good to see you here among us in Bethlehem.
The first one who's very happy.
always
positive,
happy,
yeah, that's
positive energy, even the problems around us and difficult situation, but we always have hope. We always have the inner peace, Jesus' love to pass it through all people.
Oh.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on now?
Yes.
Like around
We are,
what's going on with like your Greek Orthodox
yes,
Jews, right?
exactly.
With like the people who come to
Yes.
church, is the masses on time? Not? Are they cancelled? What about
Yes.
weddings and these stuff? Just briefly.
So yeah, I'm the parish priest of Nativity Church, the place where Jesus was born. It's a little bit difficult situation because usually Friday, Saturday, the door of Nativity Church is closed, locked. No people can enter to pray or to have to light candles or to just to be with God inside the church. So this is actually makes it difficult for pilgrims, for people all over the world because they can't actually reach Bethlehem during this happy. We are close to Nativity Christmas season, so that's why all people actually looking towards Bethlehem. And in these days, difficult situation because of the corona makes it far away for all people around us. Nobody can pass, nobody can come or light candles or just to pray or to be with Jesus Christ during these days. So everything is canceled. Only we have the prayers, the masses, daily masses, we have it inside daily. It's not never stopped, but the people can't share it with us only during the opening days. So from this today, actually, in front of the camera, we were just passing and let people know that no fear, because when God's with us, we don't have fear. We always have hope. We always have the inner peace. We know that it's difficult, but we know that God is always with us and never let us down. So this is actually my message during for Christmas time, and because we know that Jesus is the reason of this season, and we know that Bethlehem is very famous of having many choirs coming from all over the world during this Christmas season, but we know that it's difficult for now. That's why we can't actually share this, but we will continue prayers.
There are some questions.
Yes.
Father Isa.
What is the questions?
Father Isa, could we come in tomorrow and see the church with you?
Yes, for sure. Tomorrow Sunday, open. The mass are going on. We have start from Greek Orthodox in the morning, 7:30, and then about 9:30 starts the Catholic Mass, and Armenian then after.
Until what time?
Until I think about 11,
And
10:30,
the
11.
church is open until
The church is open till 3 o'clock
3 o'clock.
p.m.
Okay. If we don't have this pandemic,
Yes.
how it's supposed to be like here?
Actually, life it will be full of people, full of pilgrims from all over the world. The line will be till maybe the Christmas tree over there. So it's actually sad to see Bethlehem during this during Christmas time, and it's empty, no people, no souvenir shops, no hotels, no restaurants, because you know it's make it full of life. Who are the people who share with us this Christmas. It's not only the local people of Bethlehem. Yes.
Anything you would like to say to this lovely audience? We have
Yes.
audience from all over the world, actually.
That's
we have
great.
from the United States,
Wow.
from Brazil, from Turkey, from Jerusalem, even
Even
from here, 5 miles from here.
That's great.
And a lot of other from Germany,
From
and
Germany.
a lot of other countries that like yeah.
Uh,
Would you like
yes, actually, I would love just to wish everyone Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and just to pass the message of peace and love, because this was the message when Jesus was born here in Bethlehem, to pass it all over the world, and to just pray to each other, because we know we are passing or going through difficult situations, and we just need these prayers. And also, we don't have to have fearness. We have to have hope instead, and we have to have love instead of fear and during this difficult situation. So please just take care of yourself, have this hope, this peace, this faith, strong faith, as to stay strong and to keep calm during these past situations, and look to Bethlehem, where Jesus will born again and again in our hearts first, and then in the world. God bless.
Thank you, Father Isa.
You're
Thank you
welcome
so
indeed.
much.
You're welcome
And
indeed.
wish you a happy Christmas.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Wish
From
everyone.
all my audience.
Wish everyone.
Everyone. Susan saying big thank you for this beautiful message. God bless. And from everyone, really big
You're
thank
welcome
from
indeed.
the Abraham Path Initiatives. Also, we give you very big thanks
Thank
and
you.
wish you very happy New Year.
Thank you.
And
Wish you the
inshallah,
same. Inshallah.
next year
It will be better.
It will be
we will
better.
come with all these people in
Hopefully,
one group, and
hopefully.
they
Yes.
will remember you.
You are most welcome, all of you.
Yeah.
You are most welcome. God bless. Yes.
Okay. Hello
Now
again.
we're
Big
back with
thank to
Hazem.
Father Isa. Just to remind you that if you are interested for tomorrow to come and see how life during Christmas market, the Christmas market will start tomorrow until 7 for sure. Everyone is preparing, and the Nativity Church will be open until 3. That's mean if people register for this. For tomorrow, we will start with the Nativity Church, then we will do the Christmas market. Okay, let's walk a little bit there and see the view of the city, of the new part of the city of Bethlehem. And actually, we will see a view of Jerusalem. As I said, 5 miles, and we've been walking. And you can see Jerusalem. I'm not sure about how you can see it in your screen, but if you see those 2 huge towers far away in the background, maybe when we stop, it's better. If you look far away, you will see. Can you see the 2 towers?
I can see the tower,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they can see the
Yeah.
towers.
If you could see them, that's actually Jerusalem. And to the left, come here, Noor. Let's do it from here. Maybe it's better view. Let us tell you where we have been walking. So we started from there. Can you see my hand? No. You see that huge building there? That's the Catholic Action. Few meters after that, we started from there. And we walked all the way, all the way until we arrived to the Nativity Church and the major square. And we walked through the um, Star Street. We met a lot of people. We went to the major square and we went around. In front of us, just down, you see these playgrounds, Noor.
Yeah.
This is the Santa School. And if you go back again, Noor, to the top of the mountain, you see the pine trees.
Yeah.
Whereas the white, huge building, as I said, the Catholic action to the left is Bethlehem University.
My university.
So Noor studied there.
My BA was from there.
So education for the Bethlehemite is very important. This was the first university that was built here in Bethlehem. Before that, it was a primary school, and then the locals decided to open a university. It's the main university. It's small comparing with big university. It can host 2,500 students. Very small university in Bethlehem, but it's the main one. And guess what? It's a Catholic university, but it's for everyone. It's private university. Unfortunately, we don't have government university in Palestine yet. So it's a private one, but it's expensive, but people still get scholarship, or some people can afford that to study there. That's why it's very small. When I say it's for everyone, there is no difference between being Christian and Muslim in this country. We saw a priest. Hopefully, we met also Noor. Hopefully, we'll try to meet someone like a policeman or somebody that can explain about Bethlehem in different, how he see Bethlehem in his way. So when I say education is very important, it means that most of the youth here have university degree. Almost everyone in my family, the 1,300, have university degree. So it's a must. But they work in Bethlehem, mostly work in tourism. That's why it's a sad city now. We have a lot of hotels. We can see 1, 2, 3 hotels from here. You can see that one, Christmas Bells Hotel, Santa Maria down there. Some of the high buildings are actually hotels. Some of them work in the industry, so it depends what you study. As I said, it's not big university, so it's different. Enjoy the view with Noor. I will be to answer your question. Actually, we are standing in the front of the Casanova Hotel.
Yes,
as you can see, Franciscan house for pilgrims.
It's a nice
which
one,
mean usually people come here pilgrims. And Father Isa mentioned that there will be long line to enter the church. But today we didn't do pilgrimage tour. We did unique tour. Went through the streets, meet people talking about daily life, to encourage you to come. We talked about food. We talked about handicraft. We talked about the local artist who carved this limestone. If you look here, this is the red limestone. Noor, please, can you show them the sign? This is actually the design of the church.
I got for the English version.
في مجال ولا مش مقابله، مش صحافه، معي سياح اخذهم تور اونلاين، بس هيك تحكي لنا عن الحياه هون، نسلم عليهم هون بالعربي وانا بترجم اذا بدكش بالانجليزي. اوكي. Okay, I asked someone small speak or small interview. مرحبا. شو الاسم؟
روسيل أفندي.
كمان مرة؟
روسيل أفندي.
روسيل، حلو اسمك، بيعني شيء؟
قرص الشمس. قرص الشمس.
قرص الشمس. Okay, I will translate. I ask her what's her name. Her name is Rousseil Afandi. And I ask her what's her name means. It's very important if you see someone from the Middle East or like originally Arabs, ask him what his name means. So her name means the sun. Nice. Russell, من?
دهيشة.
She's from Desha refugee camp. And in Bethlehem, we have 3 refugee camps. Were established in 1948 after the Palestinian, we call it Nakba, Nakba, which mean catastrophe. In that year, 750,000 Palestinians were ethnically cleansed or kicked out from their homes, and they went all over to the West Bank or to the neighbor countries, and they were hosted by the United Nations in a refugee camp, which still until today, from 1948, still runs by the UNRWA, UNRWA, which is a section in the United Nations. And she was born in a refugee camp in one of the 3 refugee camps in Bethlehem. Actually, it's the biggest. It's 15,000 inhabited by 15,000 refugees. She is probably a second or a third generation refugee that was born in the camp. مين اللي لجأ من عيلتك؟ سدك ولا مين في الأصل لاجئين؟ لجأ انت يعني
سيدك أبوكي
سيدك أبوكي انولد فيهم. She is a second generation were born in a refugee camp. تحكي لنا عن الحياة في بيت لحم في هاي الظروف وعادة.
إحنا عادة بنكون في بيننا إنه احتفالات بهاي السنة المسيحية، كل الكل بيشارك فيها. فإنه هالفترة عشان كورونا وأمراض وهيك، فإنه صعب تلاقي كثير ناس زي القبل. يعني الأجواء كثير تغيرت من قبل هسه.
Let me translate. خلينا نترجم بعد. Okay. She said like usually during this time, I asked her, can you tell us about like life in Bethlehem? She said usually in this time of the year, we come here to celebrate Christmas with the Christian community, which is, as I said, it's a national holiday. Unfortunately, this year we don't have. There is not a lot of activity going on because of the lockdown, so it's a little bit hard on us.
في كثير أشياء تغيرت من الناس اللي كانت موجودة، إنه هسه بتلاقي إنه ما حداش رح يطلع بهاي الأجواء، بس إن شاء الله بنخلص منها وبرجع كل شيء تمام زي قبل وأحسن.
She said, like, as you can see, like people, not everyone can come here, only the people who live around and very close. And we don't have outsider, which means tourists, local and internationals. But also hopefully this pandemic will go through and soon life will go back to normal. ايش بتعملي؟
تدرسي طالبة بتشتغلي؟
بدرس ترجمة بالخليل.
She's a student in University in Hebron. She studied translation. أي لغة؟ لا لغة.
إنجليزي عربي.
She's studying interpreter, right? Yeah. Yeah.
أي سنة؟
سنة ثانية.
سنة ثانية. سنة ثانية بتستحي.
She's a second year student. Anyone have question for Ruslan? Russell. I'm waiting.
شو الأوريجينال؟ شو أصل الاسم؟ What's the origin of the name? إيش؟ كردي.
The origin of the name is Kurdish actually. Yeah. بتحبي تحكي شيء في معنى هون سياح من كل دول العالم تقريبا، في حوالي 30 أو 35 سائح بيتفرجوا علينا هون مباشر، يعني مسوي لهم تور عن دليل سياحي. بتحبي تحكي لهم شيء عيد عليهم أو شيء هيك؟ I told her that we have tourists like people from all over the world watching this tour online, and if she want to tell you something, so
إن شاء الله كل سنين تكون خير، وإنه تعالى بتلعب كثير حلوة وأجواءها كثير حلوة، حتى لو في كورونا أجواءها حلوة.
She said, I invite you to come to Bethlehem. It's a very beautiful city. Even now during Corona, we still a very beautiful city. We have Susan. I will speak in Arabic. Susan said, please tell her how much we appreciate her sharing her story with us. في عنا سوزان. Susan in Arabic is Susan. بتحكي لك إنه شكرا كثير لأنه شاركتي معنا. Thank you so much. وبالتوفيق. Good luck with your university. شكرا كثير. أنا أعرفها بس مش عارف أنت. I asked Salim if we can just ask him few questions with his two lovely daughters, right? And they are wearing Santa Claus, female Santa Claus. Just to mention that Santa Claus for us, we don't ask Santa Claus for gift. We know that he's delivering a gift from another cousin or another family member. He's sending. So it's like he's delivery guy who's wearing Santa, take picture and leaves. So just to mention. Salim, مرحبا Salim.
هلا بيك.
English, right?
Yeah, sure.
Salim, what do you do?
I work with an NGO here in Palestine.
What's the name of the NGO?
World Vision.
World Vision.
Yes.
Oh, nice. And what do you do with them? Like, what kind of things you do?
Part of my job is we work with the churches and Christian schools in the community.
Nice. Yeah. And those your daughters?
2 out of the 3, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A small family.
Yeah.
Very small family, right? And their names?
She's Liora,
Liora.
which in Hebrew means the light, light of God, and Selma, which is peace in Arabic, and Celia, which means heaven in Spanish.
Nice. I told you guys, every name have a meaning here. Even Salim, his name has a meaning, which mean?
From the root word of peace. So yeah.
Yeah, from salam. Yeah, peace. Okay, so with me now, like there is people watching you from all over the world. We are the Abraham Path initiative. We are making now. Actually, this is our first or my first online live tour here of Bethlehem, and hopefully next year we'll have a lot more. So you like, I know like this is, we've been like meeting with some people and everyone have like a sad atmosphere or telling us about the city under lockdown and how it is sad and stuff like this. Anything to cheer up people or to give them like kind of hope that you wanted to tell them?
A kind of hope. Well, I mean, the usual known hope that we always believe in is the Christmas message itself. I mean, if we see if we reread the biblical story of the and the narrative of the birth of Christ, he did not come into a place where it was nice and beautiful and peaceful and everything was good. There was injustice. There was occupation from the Roman occupation. There was corruption from the Jewish government back then. There was a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of issues, almost just like we're facing today. But yet he came. And we see the angels sharing the message of hope to the shepherds. We see the angels, we see the magi's coming because they felt there's a message of hope. And that same message, we should, we're still living it as Christians living here in this country, that we are that message of hope. By living here, we want to show, even though the same situation is still until today, because of so many corruptions and occupation and problems and issues, and of course now with the coronavirus and the problems like these, yet we still live the message of hope. So, bringing my girls, telling them about the Christmas story, showing them the light, despite of everything, being careful, enjoying the days, even there isn't a lot of decorations in the streets, even there isn't a lot of celebrations because of the coronavirus, but yet, we try to even cheer it up, even for the little ones, because this is the message of hope that we would like to always share.
I have a question for you from Marie Turner. I think Turner, she's from Texas. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. In what ways has coronavirus been a blessing for you and your family?
Sadly, in the past years, life itself has becoming more and more busy. So we work a lot. I work a lot. I study in the afternoons, and my wife works. So that has limited our time as a family to be together. But with the coronavirus, I think the blessing that I could only find is the time of family time we've been together. We had to be quarantined. We had to stay together, and that had forced us to rethink that. Wow, the family time is the most important thing. We missed that. We've only spent 1 or 2 hours a day because this is how life is becoming. And now with the corona, the only blessing I could think of was the family time we're spending together. So.
Okay, Salim, thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
happy Christmas and happy New Year for you and your family.
Merry Christmas. كل
آه،
عام وانتم بخير.
وانت بألف خير يا ربي. فرصة سعيدة. سليم, where are you from?
سكان بيت صحور
But originally from?
من عبود.
عبود, yeah.
Mhm.
I think you were my neighbor for a while, but I'm not sure.
وين؟
بنورة, كنت ساكن دار شوكي.
صح.
Yeah, you were my neighbor. but,
Okay.
I'm the traveler guy, so it's okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be meeting. I'm hopefully in the summer I'll be graduating tour guiding.
Really? Okay. Looking forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Okay, see
Enjoy
you.
having
Thank you.
yourself.
In one way, wonderful to see that the people are so open to the live tour. Actually, yes. In general, the Palestinians are very hospitable and they love to be open and share stories. It was really my pleasure to take you around and to show you this beautiful city during this pandemic.
Let's say bye. Bye.
Okay, guys. From me and Noor, we have stay away, Noor. Stay away. Bye. Guys, was
Bye.
our honor to be with you. Take care and Merry Christmas again. Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
Bye. See you. See you.